Hello students, today we will discuss about some various type of questions based on the identity of trigonometric functions. Okay, so this is a question here. Prove that cos 20 degree, cos 40 degree, cos 60 degree, cos 80 degree equal to 1 upon 16. So now we start with left hand side here. Cos 20 degree, cos 40 degree, cos 60 degree, cos 80 degree. Here the value of cos 60 degree is 1 upon 2. So now put the value of cos 60 degree. Now remaining terms are now cos 20, cos 40, cos 80 degree. Now arrange these terms in such a way: 2 cos 80 degree, cos 40 degree, and put cos 20 outside. Here multiply and divide by 2 in numerator and denominator. So this becomes 1 upon 4. 2 arrange the term in decreasing order of the trigonometric ratios cos 80, cos 40 and cos 20 degree. In next step, 1 upon 4. This becomes cos 80 plus 40 plus cos 80 minus 40, and outside cos 20 degree. In this step we apply the identity 2 cos A cos B is equal to cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. So here we apply this important identity there. Cos 2 cos A cos B. So 2 cos A cos B here. So in next step, this become 1 upon 4 cos 120 degree plus cos 40 degree, outside the bracket cos 20 degree. In next step, this become 1 upon 4 cos 120 can be written as cos 180 minus 60. Otherwise, you can put the value of cos 120 here, plus cos 40 degree, and outside cos 20 degree. In next term, outside 1 upon 4 cos 180 minus 60 become minus cos 60 into cos 20 degree. This value multiply inside the bracket plus cos 40 degree into cos 20 degree. In next step, this become 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 2 cos 20 degree plus cos 40 degree cos 20 degree. These steps are fixed in all these type of questions. Okay. So now in next step, 1 upon 4, take LCM inside the bracket. So we have minus cos 20 degree plus 2 cos 40 degree cos 20 degree upon 2. Here 1 upon 4 outside the bracket minus the 2 is the LCM there, minus cos 20 plus cos 40 cos 20 upon 2. So now 1 upon 4 minus cos 20 plus 2 cos 40 cos 20 upon 2. Now in next step, this become 1 upon 8 inside the bracket minus cos 20 degree, and again apply 2 cos A cos B here. So this become plus cos 40 plus 20 plus cos 40 degree minus 20 degree. So now this is 1 upon 8 minus cos 20 degree plus cos 60 degree, and again plus cos 20 degree. The first and last term cancel out with positive and negative sign. So now we have 1 upon 8 into 1 upon 2 is equal to 1 upon 16. So this is the proof of our question. in which we have one to prove here cos 20 degree, cos 40 degree, cos 60 degree, cos 80 degree equal to 1 upon 16. So these type of all questions can be solved by using this type of identity 2 cos A cos B equal to cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. Sometimes we use 2 sin A cos B, sometimes we can use here 2 sin A sin B, etc. So these are some important questions based on this type of identity. Now I am taking one more important question. This question is from your NCERT example book based on trigonometric function. Here, if alpha and beta are the solutions of the equation a tan x plus b sec x equal to c, then show that tan alpha plus beta equal to 2ac upon a square minus c square. So how can we solve this type of questions? Because this type of questions are not given in our NCERT book. So we start with a tan x plus b sec x equal to c. This can be written as b sec x equal to b sec x equal to c minus a tan x. Again, b sec x whole square equal to c minus a tan x whole square. Here squaring both sides. Now if you open the square, we have b square sec square x equal to, open the whole square in right hand side, c square plus a square tan square x minus 2ca tan x. Now arrange these terms. Again, b square, apply the Pythagoras identity, so sec square can be written as 1 plus tan square x equal to c square plus a square tan square x minus twice ca tan x. First, transfer the term a tan x in right hand side, squaring both sides, and now arrange the term. After open the bracket, b square plus b square tan square x equal to c square plus a square tan square x minus twice ca tan x. Now arrange as a quadratic form. So this become b square minus a square tan square x plus twice ca tan x plus b square minus c square is equal to 0. So now after arranging the terms, we have b square minus a square tan square x plus 2ca tan x plus b square minus c square equal to 0. This is quadratic. This is quadratic in tan x. This is quadratic in tan x. Since alpha and beta are the roots of given equation, then tan alpha, because this equation is quadratic in tan, so tan alpha and tan beta will be roots of equation first. In the starting, the given equation, trigonometric equation, was not in the form of quadratic, but yes, clearly this equation is clearly quadratic in tan x. So roots of this quadratic equation will be tan alpha and tan beta. So now apply the relation of roots and coefficient. Tan alpha plus tan beta, sum of the roots is become minus b upon a, that means minus 2ca upon b square minus a square, equation 2. And again tan alpha tan beta Product of the roots, b square minus c square upon b square minus a square. Here alpha plus beta equal to minus b upon a and alpha beta equal to c upon a. So there are two relations between the roots and the coefficient of quadratic equation. So now we take here, we want to find the value of tan alpha plus beta, and now we have two most important relation between tan alpha plus tan beta and tan alpha and tan into tan beta. So now tan alpha plus beta equal to, we have tan alpha plus tan beta upon 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta. Now tan alpha plus tan beta is there, minus 2ca upon b square minus a square upon 1 minus tan alpha tan beta means b square minus c square upon b square minus a square. So now take LCM in denominator. Numerator is the same, 2ca upon b square minus a square upon, after LCM denominator become b square minus a square minus b square plus c square upon b square minus a square. So here both the denominator are cancelled out. In numerator we have minus 2ca upon, here b square and b square is cancelled out, so we have c square minus a square, or this can be written as 2ac upon a square minus c square. So this is the proof of tan alpha plus beta equal to 2ac upon a square minus c square. So here from tan alpha plus beta equal to tan alpha plus tan beta upon 1 minus tan alpha tan beta. This is the identity of tan alpha plus beta. Now put the value of tan alpha plus tan beta from equation number 1, equation number 2, minus 2ca upon b square minus a square, and put the value of tan alpha into tan beta from equation 3rd, 1 minus b square minus c square upon b square minus a square. Numerator is the same here, but denominator after LCM become b square minus a square minus b square plus c square upon b square minus a square. Denominator cancel out. So we have 2ca minus 2ca upon c square minus a square, or 2, this can be written after take common from the denominator. So finally we have tan alpha plus beta is equal to 2ac upon a square minus c square. So this is the final proof of this question. Now this is one important question from NCERT example. If alpha and beta are the solutions of a cos x plus b sin x equal to c, or in other words we can also say alpha and beta are the roots of the equation a cos x plus b sin x equal to c, then show that cos alpha plus beta equal to a square minus b square upon a square plus b square. So now the equation, given equation is a cos x plus b sin x equal to c. This equation is not showing this time a quadratic format. So first we convert this equation into the quadratic format. So use the identity cos a equal to 1 minus tan square a upon 2 upon 1 plus tan square a upon 2 again, and sin a equal to 2 tan a upon 2 upon 1 plus tan square a upon 2. So for conversion we use these two identities here. So now this equation become a cos x replaced by 1 minus tan square xy2 upon 1 plus tan square xy2. Similarly, second trigonometric ratio sin x converted as 2 tan x upon 2 upon 1 plus tan square x upon 2 is equal to c. Now arrange these terms as a minus a tan square xy2 plus 2b tan xy2. LCM is there, 1 plus tan square xy2 equal to c. If we take cross multiplication, so these can be arranged as a minus a tan square xy2 plus 2b tan xy2 is equal to, right hand side become c plus c tan square xy2. After the cross multiplication, this becomes c and just c plus c tan square xy2. So now, after converting the format of standard form of quadratic equation, this become c plus a tan square xy2. You are observing there. This after the transfer, this becomes c plus a tan square xy2 minus 2b tan xy2 plus c minus a equal to 0. And now this is showing the quadratic format in the form of tan xy2. So now this equation, now this is quadratic. This is quadratic in tan xy2. So according to the given question, alpha and beta are the solution of the equation. So now, so tan alpha y2 and tan beta y2 will be the roots of this equation. So here tan alpha y2 and tan beta y2 are the roots of this quadratic equation. So now use the relation between the roots and the coefficient of the quadratic equation. This become tan alpha y2 plus tan beta y2. That means sum of the roots is equal to minus b upon a. That means 2b, the coefficient of tan xy2 here. 2b upon c plus a. This is equation number 1. And tan alpha y2 into tan beta y2. Product of the roots. This becomes c upon a. That means c minus a upon c plus a. This is the equation number 2. So now we have the value of tan alpha y2 plus tan beta y2 and tan alpha y2 into tan beta y2. Now tan alpha plus beta y2 can be written as tan alpha y2 plus beta y2. Now apply the identity of tan a plus b. So this becomes tan alpha y2 plus tan beta y2 upon 1 minus tan alpha y2 tan beta y2. Okay. So now tan alpha plus beta y2. Again tan alpha plus beta y2. Put the values of this and this. So now we have 2b upon c plus a upon 1 minus c minus a upon c plus a. After simplifying, we have 2b upon c plus a. In denominator, c plus a minus c plus a upon c plus a. C plus a cancel out. C and C cancel out. Now we have only 2b upon 2a. That means b upon a. So now the value of tan alpha plus beta y2 is b upon a. Now we have the value of tan alpha plus beta y2. But we want to find the value of cos alpha plus beta. We want to find the value of cos alpha plus beta. So now cos alpha plus beta can be written as 1 minus tan square alpha plus beta y2 upon 1 plus tan square alpha plus beta y2. Again use the identity of cos a, 1 minus tan square a y2 upon 1 plus tan square a y2. Use the values 1 minus the tan alpha plus beta y2 is given here, b upon a. So minus b square upon a square, in denominator again 1 plus b square upon a square. After LCM we have a square minus b square upon a square plus b square. So these are some important questions based on the identity and half angle of the trigonometric ratios. So these are some questions from your NCERT exam. Now we will discuss about some important topics. We want to find a maximum and minimum value of the expression is in the form of a cos theta plus b sin theta. If any trigonometric expression is given in the form of a cos theta plus b sin theta, so how can we evaluate the maximum and minimum value? So here let f theta, this is the trigonometric equation given there, a cos theta plus b sin theta divide by square root of a square plus b square. So now this become a theta equal to under root of a square plus b square. Inside the bracket this become a upon under root a square plus b square cos theta plus b upon under root of a square plus b square sin theta. Divide by a square plus b square. So if we want to divide any expression by any particular value, then for the balance we multiply the same value in numerator. So a square plus b square and divide by under root a square plus b square. So now this can be written as f theta equal to under root of a square plus b square and the inside the bracket cos theta, this is cos alpha plus sin theta sin alpha. So here our first object is that we want to convert this trigonometric expression into the form of cos a plus b, cos a minus b, sin a plus b or sin a minus b. And for it we divide and multiply by the whole expression by the square root of the square of coefficient of cos theta and sin theta here. Now in next step this become f theta equal to under root of a square plus b square cos theta minus alpha. So now the whole trigonometric equation now in the form of only angle cos. Since minus 1 less than equal to cos theta minus alpha less than equal to, for any angle cos always lies from minus 1 to 1. So minus under root of a square plus b square less than equal to f theta less than equal to under root of a square plus b square. Because cos theta minus alpha lies from minus 1 to 1, so whole f theta lies from minus under root a square plus b square f theta to under root a square plus b square. So maximum of f theta is under root of a square plus b square and minimum of f theta minus under root of a square plus b square. So this is the basic concept. If we want to find the numerically maximum and minimum value of the trigonometric equation a cos theta plus b sin theta, so the maximum value of this expression become the square root of the coefficient of a square plus b square, and similarly minimum value is given by the minus of under root a square plus b square. Now we want to find here the maximum and minimum value of a cos theta plus b sin theta plus c. So now according to previous method, the maximum value, suppose that let f theta equal to a cos theta plus b sin theta plus c, this can be arranged as c plus under root of a square plus b square cos of theta minus alpha. Here I am not taking the whole proof, so this can be written as under root of a square plus b square. Here cos alpha equal to a upon under root of a square plus b square and sin alpha is b upon under root a square plus b square. Okay, so now maximum of f theta is given by c plus under root of a square plus b square, and minimum of f theta is given by c minus under root of a square plus b square. Because we know that well, the maximum value of cos theta minus alpha is 1. So maximum value, the whole expression is given by c plus under root a square plus b square. Similarly, the minimum value of cos theta minus alpha is minus 1. So the minimum value of the whole f theta is given by c minus under root of a square minus b square. Now suppose that I am given an example of the question, find minimum and maximum value of 3 cos x plus 4 sin x plus 7. So now I am taking some objective type of question based on this formula. The minimum value is given by the minimum of a. Suppose that here we assume that f(x) equal to 3 cos x plus 4 sin x plus 7. So here minimum of fx is given by 7 minus under root of 3 square plus 4 square, that means 7 minus 5, this is 2, and maximum of fx is given by 7 plus under root of 3 square plus 4 square, that means 7 plus 5, this is 12. So this is the way by which we can find the maximum and minimum value of this type of trigonometric expression. So these are two important formulas for solving this type of question.